Alright, so we kind of thought maybe we'd get them jumping there for feed. They really didn't want to do that. So what we did was we just backed our trailer up to our loading gate. We put this piece of scrap siding down at the bottom so that they wouldn't see a path out. If a pig sees a path out, he'll do anything to try to take it. And that's kind of how the Burke ended up with a bum hip. We were just trying to weigh him and he went crazy. But we got them up in here, and then we just kind of squeezed them on there with this smaller gate that we have. We wedged it in here, and Shayla put one of the little coonies in there. So as soon as they seen the cooney, they just jumped on in and loaded up real easy in this cattle trailer. So we said we'd get you a total cost on what it costs to raise them. These pigs were kind of not typical. They didn't finish out like a pig should. Whereas my only experience with this before, all we ever fed them was corn chops and watermelon. So I really didn't think it'd be that difficult. But I was looking into watermelons for feed. They're actually a very good source of feed. So the watermelons were probably actually part of the factor that helped me finish those off quickly. Whereas these, the big mistake that I made was that I was just looking at protein percentages on feed. And it's not all about protein, it's about amino acids. And we struggled to get them to gain weight. They were gaining like half a pound to 3/4 of a pound a day when they should have been gaining 1.5 pounds to 2.5 pounds a day. And once I figured out it was all about the amino acids, we started picking up expired milk or close to expired milk and mashing their corn with it. And once we did that, we brought up the amino acids and the protein levels, and we really put quite a bit of weight on them here in the last month and a half or so. So the Burke, he didn't finish quite as well as the black pig, and we just call him the Burke because that's what he's got markings of. But the one with the more white markings, he didn't finish quite as good as the black pig, and he started out way better than the black pig. But I think it really came down to his hip being a little lame. He didn't want to move as much. He can still run full speed when he wants to and jump up in the trailer, but he seemed to favor it and just rather sit around than go to the feed sometimes. And then the black pig got a little stronger, and he got to be kind of a bully over the feed. If you watch him right now, the black pig will eat, and he just waits for his turn because he doesn't want to get beat up. And then he ended up with a little bit of an ear infection that he's just now getting over. We don't use antibiotics on food that we're going to eat this close. If it would have been when he was little, I would have went ahead and used them. But this close to butchering, I'm not going to put antibiotics in our food. So he ended up with a little bit of ear infection. I think that turned him off of feed for a couple weeks, and he just didn't quite finish like the black pig. But the black pig is looking really good. As far as cost goes, I'm going to say we've probably got about... We kind of got down on this whole project because they didn't do what we wanted them to. We kind of quit counting exactly. But I'm going to say each pig's probably got $350 feed in them, plus the pig. So we're over budget. You couldn't make that kind of money back selling to the public, but it is our pigs. So, you You know, it was a learning experience. So we're at about $700 total in feed and pig, $700 to $800 between pigs and feed. Plus, we still got to pay the butcher. We do have one side sold for $200 to a friend. He's going to make all sausage and summer sausage out of it. And then another factor that we thought we kind of hinted towards in another video was that maybe these were crossed up with like American guinea hog. And if you look at that black pig, you could definitely probably see that. So that might be why they also didn't gain weight quite as fast as they should have. So if we do this again in the future, we won't need pork for a while. I'll probably look to do it towards the end of the year if I'm going to get another one. Kind of do it, try to do it around the same schedule where they would be due in like April, like we wanted to butcher them in the first place, and do it again. But we're kind of thinking more along the lines of getting an IPP sow and just raising like 100-pound roaster pigs and butcher them at 100 pounds ourselves and doing it that way. So anyways, like and subscribe. We're going to get them down to the processor.